Hello everyone, Sappho in the woods. This is Sappho and we're in the woods. And I'm Malina. I'm just gonna turn the camera so you can see I'm not lying to you. This is me. Hi there. And we're in the woods, just walking our morning walk, and I was gonna talk to you about lies and codes. This looks like a very fine dense forest, and when I turn the camera you can see it still is, but a couple of years ago everything was chopped down here. This area was just dense forest. It was chopped down because of the prices of wood going up, and of course the owners of the forest took the chance, chopped it down, and double of what they would have done the year before. So that's understandable. No lies there. No, I was watching a YouTube video of a young man explaining what it's like to be an adult autistic person, especially when he hadn't realized it before that he was autistic. He thought that the way he prepared himself for anything and for social events and everything was normal. It was just what everybody did, until he gradually realized that was not the case. And he, of course, experienced a lot of emotional overload because he worked so hard when he was going to meet people. So I'm just going to find a little rock in here to sit on. I'm going to talk to you about lies and codes. There we go. Hi there. Because I was thinking about the lies that we tell each other every day, that we don't call lies, not even white lies. We call them social codes, and how difficult that can be to maneuver for people who are autistic to a small degree or a higher degree. I think we all have a little bit of autistic traits. I do recognize a lot of those traits in myself. However, I don't believe I'm autistic. But I always put it down to not really having had sufficient parental guidance when I was growing up. So I had to figure out a lot of things on my own since I was 12. And I have, and I did, and I always wondered, when people were lying, that everybody around them didn't see the lie. Because I was lying when I was a child to make myself interesting, or to just tell stories, or to avoid getting into trouble. When I'd done something that wasn't acceptable, I would lie about it. Absolutely. I stopped lying when I was 16. I don't stop lying. We all lie a little bit. But I could spot a liar, and I still can. Whatever their reasons may be. And I didn't understand it. And now I'm 60, and I'm beginning to understand it. What it is with these accepted lies, that they're social codes to not insult each other. When we go to friends to socialize, or for dinner and things, we have to go home at a certain time in the evening. And people use excuses. And sometimes I wonder, why do they excuse themselves with this? Because I know for a fact that this is not true. Why do they lie to their friends? Why don't people just say, whoa, this has been a nice evening, but now I've had enough. I need to go home. That is considered rude and not honest. And I understand more and more that the accepted codes social codes that we have are just a way to not draw attention or focus on yourself or focus on the hosts or focus on anything else, but that just given a signal to that this situation has been fine and now I need to stop it. I have a little dog panting. Yep, hello. And I was thinking about that after seeing his video, that when I have had that much difficulty understanding it, for an autistic person, it must be so hard to maneuver all these codes and agreements of lies that are actually just codes. And it made me laugh out loud in the forest because I was thinking, unfortunately, not my own family, because I would have loved to have an uncle like this. But there was someone who told me about an uncle they had in their family. And always when they were at family dinners or gatherings or something, when it was time, he kind of looked at his wife and his watch and said, "Oh my, is it that late? We have to go home and shut the door for the chickens." And in farmland, that's a very, very valid excuse for leaving, because if you don't, the chickens will go into their house themselves at night, and you have to shut the door so the fox won't come and get them, or whatever predators you have at your area. In Denmark, it would be the fox. You shut the door to the chickens for the fox, and he would do that all the time, and everybody would say, "Oh yeah, 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 sure. Oh, I didn't realize it was that late. You have to go. Of course you have to." That's a very valid excuse. Uh, the thing was that it was 20 years ago that they had anything looking like a chicken on the farm. They didn't have any animals, and it was accepted. That's a very, very good. Oh, I have to go home and shut for the chickens. So I adopted that excuse. I did have chickens. I even had 300 at a time, but I don't have any chickens anymore. And before I had chickens, I knew about the story as well, and I used it. Because I didn't want to just lie and use the accepted social codes. I used that one because it was so blatantly a lie that that you could use it and not insult anybody with it. So please let me know your ideas, thoughts on what is a lie and what is a socially accepted code, and should we try to do without them? Is it better just to be honest, say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have to go now. I've had enough for tonight. I've enjoyed it, but it's enough for me now. I can't take any more." I do that, but I don't see it as insulting. I certainly don't mean to insult anyone by saying it, but I turn it to myself and say, "That's all I can take. I have to go home now, but I have a nice time, and that must be sufficient." I don't know. Tell me what you think, and we'll continue our walk in this beautiful forest. I'll just finish off with a little view of everything here. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's not that windy, so I hope the wind hasn't been in the microphone. But if you look up in the treetops, you can see that up there there's a little bit of wind, but it's nothing. It's just really, really nice summer's day. And we're on the way to my neighbor and friend, where I have a little patch of land, and we're going to see if we can find the lines where I sowed some carrots and parsnips and kale, and she says it's a bit overgrown, so I think we have a little bit of work to do, and I'm sure Safa will help digging. So have a nice day wherever you are, and till next time, bye bye.